You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome to another Up the Turnpike post-game show. What's going on? Matt O'Leary, Mitch Anderson. Mitch, how's it going, buddy?
Fine. It's Friday. It's effed Friday. I don't want to swear on the stream, but and it certainly makes me feel like it watching these goddamn Islanders play. Holy shit. Yeah, look, the rinse and repeat. First comment in by Andre. Rinse and repeat indeed. Oh, god damn. Like, that's how I'm doing. How about you? How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, so I ate a lot. I had some leftover pumpkin pie before, which made me feel a little bit better. But it was good. It was a good Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, not a good result today, but can't say that I'm all that surprised.
No, like it's so goddamn frustrating because it's the same thing. But guys, we don't have to change. We don't have to change. Nothing needs to change. It's fine.
No.
I know I'm doing my Donald Trump here, but anyways, nothing needs to change with this team. Apparently, everything is fine. The wins will come. How? Something clearly needs to change. A change needs to happen somewhere. In terms of just the general strategy, I'm not even talking about like the hierarchy and whatnot, and whoever's jobs are on the line and anything. I'm just, god damn it, god damn it.
Anyway, all right, let's get into it, Mitch, because we have a lot of goals to talk about. 9 goals to talk about from this game. So we'll start with Simon Holmstrom, who gets him on the board pretty early, and a hell of a feed from Anders Lee, who in a lost season, can I give some credit to Anders Lee for being back a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not in the mood to be positive, but you're right.
Yes.
You're right. Good job, Anders Lee. Ninth goal. Ninth. He gets a goal later. I'm looking at that. 7th assist in the year. He's got obviously 9 goals, so 16 points on the year for Anders Lee, which is great. Great job by him. And that's snipe from Simon Holmstrom. Like, he had to think about it for a second. Yeah, good job by him. I think we have a Caps fan in the discussion, which is great for them. Like, let's go Caps. Yep, they're fire. It's true.
They've been good.
I didn't think they would be. There's so much turnover on that roster.
It's worked.
And it's worked, man. Islanders need to be like, oh, maybe we should do something similar.
Right. I like how they think there.
Yeah.
So Islanders jump out to an early lead, but that lasts all of a minute and 14 seconds. Nick Dowd would get the Capitals on the board here.
Watch how he's totally alone. Watch him. He sneaks by. Case Zizekas and Isaiah George go down to the corner where Ryan Pulock is, and he's all alone.
It's got to be Zizekas' guy, right?
It's someone's guy. There's 3 of them down there. What are they doing? What are they doing?
Yeah,
There's 3 on 1.
Zizekas peels off here.
Yeah.
I think George sticking with 63 makes sense. But
I feel like George is supposed to stay towards the net there. Like, both defensemen are along the wall there. Okay. That shouldn't happen, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's optics wise, no matter how it is, it looks horrible. It's not Engvall's going to look bad because he's kind of just in the middle of nowhere, but that's not Engvall's responsibility at the time.
Yeah, he's a second forward back, right? So, like, at that point, and because we have these blown coverages, it screws everyone else up because they're going, wait, where am I supposed to go now? You took where I'm supposed to be, so I'm going where? And they have to recalibrate their entire mentality on the fly within seconds, and by then it's too late. Mistakes capitulate upon themselves, which we will see later. We'll see that later in the final goal, or maybe not the final, but the final one in regulation anyways. It's just, like Dodge says, disgusting. It's just disgusting to see that kind of dumb stuff happen.
Yeah, it is. That's a great way to put it. It is disgusting. And that wasn't the last one. The penalty kill would give up a goal to Tom Wilson, his 8th of the year. Just tic-tac-toe. They made it look so easy.
Yeah, they worked us on that one. It's just set it up. Here we go. Like, that's how you draw it up. That's how you draw it up. It's so frustrating.
Just so they make it look so easy. Islanders scrambling around, same cast of characters, Zizekas and Holmstrom and Mayfield and Pulock, all of them. They just
made it look easy. which I know to a certain degree it is. These guys are professionals and they've got all that extra space on the ice. But my God, it's so easy. It's so easy where I'm not sure I'm going to take Spiz's positivity here. For once, Spiz is trying to help us by being positive. It's not working.
No, it's
I don't
not.
think it's going to be okay.
No, it's not. They're very clearly, and spoiler, we're doing the pod tomorrow night, and we made a hard line in the sand that we will do a State of the Union pretty much after American Thanksgiving to see where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And our answer is pretty obvious. So we'll get into that really more in detail tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to be okay.
No, I don't think it's going to be okay. So they go through the first period. They lead in shots 13-12, but they're down 2-1. So you're like, all right, well, still 40 minutes to play. I like some of the discussion in our Discord server saying you can't blow a third period lead if you don't have one. Oh, just hold up, I guess.
Put a pin in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Anders Lee gets on the board with his 9th of the year. An unreal deflection from Anders on this one.
Oh, yeah. He's facing away from the net, right? Like it's going wide and he still gets some wood on it. Insane. He rolled a natural 20 on his dexterity roll. His dexterity check on that for all my D&D friends out there. Hell of a goal by Lee, who's now up to 16 points on the year, right? Like stupid. That's stupid.
He's about halfway to where he was last year.
Right?
Almost. He had 37 last year. He's almost halfway there.
And we're only a quarter of the way through the season. So I have 75% of the way to go. Insane.
So Islanders tie it up. It would then later look like, Mitch, that they were going to go down 3-2, but they challenged for goalie interference. You rightfully called it. You said in the chat, you're like, this is coming back. I wasn't so sure. Not that I didn't think that they had a case, but I thought it looked similar to the last one that they challenged and it didn't get called back. But maybe that kind of just speaks to we have no idea. And this is a case-to-case basis kind of thing.
Yeah, I got lucky in my call, honestly, because it's 50-50 anyways. It's so binary. But my thought was the last goal that the Islanders had called back was called back for exactly the same reason. The goalie initiated contact. I forget what team it was for some odd reason. It was just the recent game, the last one. Who they play last? Detroit?
I remember well, they played Boston, and that didn't happen. It happened against Detroit.
That's 2 games back. Right. So Alex Lyon initiates contact, and we think it's called back when it shouldn't have. So I'm thinking, well, if that counted, this has to count. And sure enough, it did, because Varley initiates contact, but the contact is still there. Tom Wilson, I believe it was in front of that, doesn't do anything about it. Anyways, call it back successfully. Still have to kill a penalty, which we do. Apparently, this guy is a big fan of Tom Wilson. You need to check the priorities in your life if you're a fan of Tom Wilson. The scumbag player. Not gonna lie. But we kill a penalty, and then we take that momentum and we score a goddamn goal.
Yeah, they get it right. Good things happen.
Yeah,
Kyle McLean in this economy scores a goal. Shocking.
He's out there with Bo Horvat and Anders Lee, who do all of the work. He's well positioned, mind you. But great forecheck from Lee, great distribution from Bo Horvat, and now you've got a lead. You've got a lead. Let's keep it. Which they then pad on by adding another goal like a minute and a half later, almost 2 minutes later.
Simon Holmstrom at 18:09. They're working below the goal, and then eventually Simon Holmstrom will pop out here. And he's behind Lee and deflects it in. Yeah,
it's just excellent. Good play by Simon Holmstrom. He's got 5 goals on the year. Still a long way to go in the season. He's certainly going to get those goal numbers up. Looks great. Excellent second period, right? Shot totals are lower. We only end up with 8, but we lead the period 8-5. Oh my God, there's so much dumb chat in here. Like, I'm sorry, Ian. I'm not even going to answer that. If you have to have a justification as to why Tom Wilson is who he is and why we say he is, you need to do some proper research, as some of the silly people out there say. But we scored 3 goals in the second period. We're up. What is that now? 4? Yeah.
4-2 going into the third period.
Yeah. The Tom Wilson love for some reason. Anyways. But now you're worried, right? Because we go into the third period with a lead, which for some goddamn reason is a problem for this team that we can't figure out.
No, because we've done this show 15 times already this year.
Yeah, exactly.
We've done the same show. They have had the lead. I want to see if I could pull up the exact number because I don't want to be hyperbole here. I want to give you the actual number.
Right.
If I could find it, of how many times that they've had the lead or been tied going into the third period. This is the 11th straight game that the Islanders were going into the third period with a lead or tied. Stefan Rosner had it.
That's obviously it's not the full 22 points drop because we win some through the loser points like we did today, but it's some at least up to 22 points dropped in the standings. That's insane. Sure, you're going to blow leads. It's hockey. You're going to blow third period leads. That will happen. It's at you're saying 11 in a row. In a row. That's nuts. Again, 22 points ish, maybe like let's say 15, we'll say, and even then I think I'm being generous, left on the board. They'd be so far ahead of the league if they could close out games. And again, they're going to lose some, but it's so frustrating. But again, guys, nothing needs to change. Nothing needs to change. Just keep going. It'll be fine.
Okay, let's get to the third period. They immediately take a penalty off the face-off. Anders Lee takes a penalty, so we give him credit, but we got to give him crap for that dumb play. And Dylan Strome scores on the power play, his 8th of the year. He's also been awesome this year.
Yeah, he has been. He looks like that 3rd overall pick that Arizona thought they were getting. He just walks in.
Just steps in and rips it.
Yeah, I feel like Varley probably could have had that. Maybe I couldn't tell when I was watching it if Isaiah George was doing screening him too much.
I thought Isaiah George should have stepped up a little bit here.
You know what? I kind of felt the same way. Like maybe at least get the stick in the way, but he doesn't do it. He kind of steps in.
He's a little too hesitant.
Yeah, giving him too much respect there, which is maybe he didn't want to leave 43, who I think that's Tom Wilson. Yeah, obviously scumbag number for a scumbag person. Sitting there. He didn't want to leave him alone because the last time they did that, he scored. Right. So don't want to do that again. But gosh, man, step up on him a little bit. And now I'm scared. And I'm sure you were too, right? Like they'll have a goal. Yeah.
Before this, when they took the penalty.
Yeah. Ongoing chat in the Discord right now. So sign up to our Patreon channel if you want to get on the Discord. One of our patrons is like infinite money glitch. Bet on against the Islanders on the live money line and you'll print money. They did it today. And once the Caps tied it, which they will do in a second here by Tom Wilson, scumbag individual, he made 4 times his money on that bet. He could have seen it through and probably got an extra 3 times because it was plus 700 when he put the money down. But he thought safe. Let's just get the 4 times. Made $20 off $5. Insane stuff.
So here we go. Here's the Tom Wilson goal. What you don't see before, or I guess this is right as it starts. The puck starts here, but this is a clear attempt from Noah Dobson. This isn't a pass from 17. This is a clearing attempt from Noah Dobson that just I don't.
Or he's trying to hit Kyle Palmieri and misses the pass, which is even worse.
That's also bad.
Right. And then, as you can see before that, Siplikov and Brock Nelson head towards the same guy, leaving 24 all alone on the left-hand side, which again kind of capitulates mistake upon mistake, right? You have the initial Noah Dobson mistake, then you have the Siplikov mistake, and now you've got people just scrambling, going, where am I supposed to be? Tom Wilson knows where he's supposed to be. As much as I don't like him as an individual, he knows how to play hockey. And so he stood there and waited, and baff, it's in. 99.9% of hockey players will score that goal if you give them the opportunity. And we just said, here you go.
Handed it right over. And there's still a lot of time left. There's 13 minutes or 12 minutes and change left in that third period. Islanders not much of a push, only 3 shots in the third period, Mitch.
I don't understand. Like, we know the push is coming from the Capitals. We know it is. And yet we can't do anything about it or even create our own push. Apparently it's my fault, though. I also blame me. That's fair. I was too positive on this team, and so it's my fault. That's fair. It's totally fair. But it baffles me how they just can't figure out what their problem is. Like, I understand, like Andy's saying, we can't be surprised anymore. It's a lost season, need to retool, shop whatever, or shop whoever. And they're not wrong there.
Yeah, agree.
I just don't get how the Capitals can put up a push. And again, it's coming, but you can't do the same thing. Why? I don't get it.
Yeah. I think they just cave. I think that at the first sign of, okay, I'm sorry to stop you there, but can I pull this up?
Yes.
It's Patrick Waugh post game.
Okay, here we go. Let him cook.
He's getting each day has gotten a little bit more spicy. This might be the most spicy. Ready?
I'm ready. Can I plead the fifth? Yeah, maybe I should.
Can I plead the fifth?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Maybe I should.
Yeah.
Oh my God! They're just, and I don't like to toss this word around because I think it's harsh, but in this instance, I think it's appropriate. This is a very soft hockey team, Mitch. I think they are a mentally weak and soft hockey team. At any sign of adversity, they just completely fold. Time after time after time after time again. It doesn't matter that Matthew Barzal's out, Duclair's out, Pellick's out, no Peugeot, because we've seen it when all four of those guys have been on the ice anyway. So it's not, woe is me, we're banged up, we have four of our main guys. No, this is something that continues to happen night after night, game after game, no matter who is on the ice for this team.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, which is why what's not to understand, they suck, which to be fair, they do clearly, but they don't totally suck because they still scored 4 goals. They scored 3 goals in the second period. Like they've had leads in 11 straight games. They don't suck really as a general rule. It just, when it gets to the third period, just they go, I don't know what happens. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense how this team, as you said, can be this soft mentally. It doesn't make sense.
It's crazy. And then in overtime, let's see, do they have the visualization up? No, they don't. But Jacob Chikrin walks right in and lets one rip. That's one where I thought, it was a great shot. I don't want this to sound like I'm discrediting Jacob Chikrin because he's a very good player and he has a really good shot. That one I thought Varlamov should have saved. There was a lot of open space and he had a lot of room to see it.
Yeah, it's a shot that favors the shooter for sure, just based off the spacing. And Varley's got a ton of ice to work with, but it's not like he could have done anything else. Like he being Chitrin, the shot, that's all he had was shot. And he took it and it went right through him. It should never have gotten to this point, to overtime. We had a 2-goal lead and we did nothing to preserve it. I don't understand how this team can keep doing that. The team lacks grit, which Danny's not wrong. He's not wrong. It lacks grit. And I'm never going to be the one, and I'm sure you're the same way. Like, we need fighters on this team. But there's got to be some sort of sandpaper left on this team somewhere, right?
I don't know. Matt Martin's still here. I don't know what he does.
Right.
He takes up space for about 7 minutes. And I don't want to kill Matt Martin because he's done a lot of really good things for this team and was, a very good role player for this team for a while. Not the case anymore. Casey Zekas, I don't know if you've seen much of Casey. It's been horrendous this year, unfortunately. Like, the guys who are supposed to fill that role haven't been good.
And it's not that we need fighters or that we need people who are going to slam other people on the boards. It's the Leo Komarov types, the disruptors, right? We need someone who can skate and disrupt, a Blake Coleman type player, although Blake Coleman kind of dirty as well. But someone of that kind of mold that is going to play physically, that's going to play in your face and can get you like maybe 30, 40 points. We just don't have any more of those guys. The guys we do have who are scoring within that range don't have that extra little bit of tenacity, if you will. I see Kay Breton is saying Nazem Kadri would be a good pull for that.
Unfortunately, fortunately, they didn't give him that contract that they were rumored to do a couple of years ago.
I mean, if we can get him if they can hold $5 million on that contract and another 3 years off of it,
sure,
we'll be fine. And At least we snagged Tice Thompson.
Only a matter of time, baby.
Hooray. Anyway, so we lose 5-4 in overtime. We get the loser point, which, according to Andre here, I haven't looked at the standings. Where's Andre's? I lost it. I'm sorry, Andre. There it is. Islanders are 4 points from dead last in the NHL. And San Jose is destroying Seattle. Last I checked, it was like 7-2 or something like that. So
Maybe the dream's not dead for the Long Island kid.
maybe
I'm blanking on his name right now, but James Higgins.
Yeah, maybe. Little Hopog native. Let's go.
That's incredible. It really is.
Okay. Do you want to do our little game?
Yeah,
here?
let's do ice times, Mitch. Who do you got leading the way?
I'm gonna say Bo Horvat.
Bo Horvat, 20 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Least amount of ice time.
Fashing.
No. Fashing played 11 minutes and 12 seconds.
Didn't even notice him.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Matt Martin played 9 minutes and 22 seconds.
So it's Oliver Wahlstrom?
Oliver Wahlstrom played 12 minutes and 21 seconds.
Who am I missing? Pierre Engvall?
Pierre Engvall, 8:24 was your least amount of ice time.
He's back to his ways. That's why Patty's pleading the fifth.
I plead the fifth. What did anyone ask why Pierre Engvall got 8 minutes tonight? You know, that's going to be a plead the fifth one too.
Yeah. Again, that's not us saying he deserves more than 8 minutes. It's just it's funny because Patty has had things to say about Pierre Engvall.
Yes, he has a few times. All right, defenseman.
Noah Dobson leads the way.
No, actually, it's Pulock at 24-28.
Okay. Pulock has been fine. I think everyone around him has not been, but that's all right. Okay, least is going to be Dennis Chalowski.
It's actually Scott Mayfield at 14:35. I know he got hit in the face, so I don't know if he ended up returning.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume probably not.
No, I don't think he did because I was kind of late in the third period or midway through the third.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not out because that means Grant Hutton's back in, which he's anyways. We're not going to be bad because we have Grant Hutton. It's not Grant Hutton's fault. We're bad because of everyone else around him. Oh God, this stinks. And Varley ended the night with what?
808 save percentage, 21-26.
Yeah. There was a comment earlier from, I believe, if I can find it. Yeah, there it is, from K. Bretton saying goalies are throwing the games. Prove me wrong, please. I don't think they're throwing the games. I thought this was actually a comment directed towards both goalies today because I thought neither one was particularly good. Logan Thompson, rough. The Islanders, that one power play they had, he did not look comfortable in his crease at all, like flailing, quite literally flailing about. And I thought, here we go, we can get this done, guys. He's not playing well, and they just didn't capitalize on that. But I don't think the goalies are throwing this. If I misread the question really quick there.
That's quite okay.
When I was
some other notes from this game that we could pull up.
Yeah.
Which not great, obviously. Toss it up here. Shots on goal 26-24. Islanders better in the face-off dot like they are most nights, 57.6%. Special teams, major disaster, 50% on the PK, 0% on the power play. 8 penalty minutes to the Capitals 6. Hits even at 21 apiece. Block shots 19-13. Giveaways 11-8. And takeaways 9-7.
God, I can't believe it, man. The shots even we led in shots in the first 40 minutes, and then in the third period we just laid an egg. I don't get it. It makes no sense. Not quite literally an egg. We had 3 shots, but might as well. Just oh my God, this team is bad. It seems almost like on purpose. Like it's really just the third period is so bad. I think
it's up to -18 in the third period.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me. I can't. Oh my gosh, my God. Oh yeah. Do you want to get to some of these comments before we
let's do a couple.
All right, let me go from the top and see the ones that I missed. Spiz asked if anyone had trash gravy. No, everyone had great gravy.
No, I didn't. I did not have gravy yesterday, but that's only because it wasn't gluten free.
Oh, fair. Okay. John Smith is rooting for disaster. almost rooting for disaster. At this point, might as well. I'm not writing them off entirely, but like I'm like the cat, right? That hang on the posters, like hanging on by a thread type of thing. That's where I'm at. I just because I want to be positive. There's nothing here showing me that I should be. I just want to be.
Yeah.
But like I have no reason to hang on to that. No trade is going to fix this. Injuries won't either. Like players returning from injuries, he means. Probably not. It seems like they're flawed systemically in the third period only.
It's mental makeup.
Yeah.
This isn't Patrick. There's nothing Patrick Watt could do.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Because he's not doing anything for the third period. He said that specifically. I'm not going to change anything. And they keep doing the goddamn thing. So you're like, well, the plan should be the same from 1, 2, and 3. Why aren't you able to apply it in 3? And they just go, blah, 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 blah.
I don't know. Don't have a good answer for you.
Yeah. I like this from Andre. It's a good time to shop Lee.
I'm not against it. I love Anders Lee, but this might be the time. Him and supposedly, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Pajot have interest last year?
I think so. I would imagine.
And Lou shot that like you can't do that this year. If someone calls you interested in JG Pajot,
you sell,
and you eat $1 million of his salary, $1.5 million, whatever the number has to be for you to get anything of value, you do it.
Yeah.
If someone's interested in Anders Lee, you do it. Nelson and Palmieri, obviously.
Yeah.
Is anyone else? Siplikov,
yeah, that's another one. I think that's about it. That's all like on expirings, anyways. Outside of like Mike Riley, who's
what about the RFAs in Dobson and Romanov?
I don't want to. I don't want to give up on them.
They're still young.
Yeah,
right. They're 24, so that's a little bit harder. I'm not against the idea of trading Noah Dobson, but I think that would be an off-season thing if you were to do it. And I've said before, while I might be open to the idea, I don't think the Islanders are. I think he stays.
Yeah, I think so too. Danny's saying if Lou's here next year, I'd rather watch the Rangers. Oof.
Yeah. Oof. There's no justification to bring him back.
No. To State of Survival says we should have taken a chance and got Eichel when we was cheap. The problem is that Lou has this loyalty thing with players. You toe the line, you'll be here forever, even if you suck. I mean, it's not wrong, right? Because you have Pierre Engvall here 7 years. Scott Mayfield, 7 years. Oh, that's way too much for those type of players.
It is. Yeah. Far too long.
And then Joseph saying management could care less. This team will never spend money, not on a superstar. It can't draft worth squirt. They can't develop talent because they're dumb. Well, nothing since 1985.
This is cap every year. Yeah. They spend up to as much as they possibly can. I don't know if you are aware, the ownership group built a new arena to keep them on Long Island and not in Kansas City or Canada also. They made some wrong decisions along the way. You could be critical of some of the choices they made and who they've decided to pay, but this isn't the Charles Wang, John Spano era anymore.
Yeah. And like in terms of development, sure, something could be said there, but you do have guys like Isaiah George coming in, 20 years old as a 4th round pick. Williams Full looked like a stud as a 5th rounder. Alex Jeffrey's still doing the thing. There's some quality later round draft picks, and I know that's of no consolation when you see 1st round pick Oliver Wahlstrom skate out there and just not do the darn thing, at least for us. That's no consolation, I know. I think you're just really upset right now, which again, understandable that you're upset, but it sounds like events right here.
Yeah.
Back to a different Joseph. We blew another 3rd period lead. Who could have seen that coming? Again, infinite money glitch bet against the Islanders on the live money line when they take a 3rd period lead.
Sun came up today.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, there. Something Mike saying they are so far in their heads, it's not even funny.
Simon Holmstrom kind of said that today.
Yeah.
His quote was, "It's probably in our heads a little bit, even if we don't want it to be."
He's not
I would say so. I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to take this off. It's freaking hot down here. Yeah, he's not wrong. And maybe he's not supposed to be saying that. But he's not wrong.
No, I'm glad someone said it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're fine. is enough. Like, it's not fine. The house is burning down around us. Everything is not fine.
Exactly. I saw the post-game Roy interview. He is beyond frustrated. Lee, Palmieri, and Brock. I think he's talking about the tradable pieces that we've got. Yeah, he's got to be. He's got to be frustrated to all hell. What else can he do? Oh, it's been half an hour.
Uh-oh. We lost his
fine.
camera. He's back.
Yeah. That's stupid. In Canada, your DSLRs have to time out after 30 minutes. I don't know why.
Why? Yeah.
I blame Trudeau. I think that happened before him. And then Dobson's going to get offer sheeted, and we have no cap room. I mean, I'll take the 4 first-round picks. That's probably what he's going to get. It's going to be like a $9 million offer to get Noah Dobson on an offer sheet. But we'll have cap because they
will have some cap space. I want to look at what the number would actually be. Please hold.
For Dobson or to get 4?
No. In cap space for next year. I don't know if Cap Wage is going to have it. RIP cap friendly. Thanks a lot, Washington.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, stupid freaking Washington. But it's going to be 93 some odd million, right? So whatever they've got this year, plus you're taking Brock off, you're taking Kyle Palmieri off, assuming we don't re-sign them. We still might. That's $11 million right there between the two of them. Matt Martin, Hudson Fashing somewhere gone. That's a 1.4. Mike Riley probably gone.
They're going to have 22 million, 22.175.
Yeah, that's more than enough for Dobson. They'll have the money to re-sign him, even on an offer sheet. But if someone wants to give him $9+ million, I'll take the 4 first-round picks. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get an offer sheet.
No. Okay, and then Carter's saying, who would you mark as potential trade targets for the Islanders to retool this roster with the assets we have? That's going to be the tough part.
That is going to be the tough part. That might need a deeper conversation than just a few seconds here on the post game. But it's going to be a lot of picks, I think, and then maybe you're flipping picks for players and drafting players. But
similar again to what Washington did this year.
Yeah, you just got to find the right guys. I don't know if I have an answer yet for that.
No, you're right. That's a deeper list of something that we should get to in a full podcast. Who are you targeting in this retool? But if you just look at the Washington Capitals examples of shifting around resources in the later portion of the year, it's achievable to retool on the fly.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So anyways, we can end it with Vegeta saying, I'm sad because I think we all are.
Me too.
So that's that, buddy.
Anyway,
on to the next one.
On to the next one. Islanders back in action tomorrow. We'll do it again tomorrow. See you tomorrow night. 7:30 puck drop at home against Buffalo. That'll do it. I'm Matt. He's Mitch. We'll catch you next time.